going good. Look at that jog hair or something in my eyeball because it's driving me nuts this morning. One of those things just happens. It's like, but definitely won a game last night. Definitely some shenanigans, I think. I don't know if they fine the 49ers for not disclosing that. I think they knew Christian McCaffrey wasn't going to play earlier in the week. They just put him out there and go, oh, maybe by some miracle he'll play. Because, man, did I ever see
no, it's worse than that. I read a quote saying he was going to go.
That he was going to go, right?
That's
so that's the quote that's getting him in trouble. Yeah, that's the issue.
You made a calf, dude. I play a little bit of recreational tennis. Calf injuries are the effing worst. You think, it took off 2 weeks, I'm good. You walk out there, I got the word over there. Rod would say out there, you get right. And I love to laugh. I'm not making fun of you. It cracks me up. No, seriously, you don't know, you know, until you're out there stepping hard on it, like they had Wilson for the Steelers. They didn't know they took him out warm-ups. They took him out before the game. They're just like, you don't know, Cavs are like that, but to come out and say, yeah, I'm going to go. And then the team says, we don't know. And then, and then the backup, right? There's a reason he's a backup because he's dumb as a box of rocks. Oh, I knew Friday I was going to go. Did you see that one?
He did. Yeah.
Why don't you put out Friday I was going to go. So now, I don't know. Can you find the players for being liars? I don't think so, though.
You're not going to find the players.
I kind of like it because, as much as we're kind of part of the media, I hate the media that just always, like, I hate the Steelers Depot. God, they're full of crap. I can't even look at those. They're worse than a soap opera at, 2:00 in the middle of Monday, but during the day with nothing else to do. It's like Days of Our Lives. It's like, I can't even read that stuff anymore. So it's maybe it's a good tactic, maybe not. That's kind of where social media and everything is, right? Can you find the players for exaggerating or blatantly lying to throw the other team off?
Yeah. We'll see because we'll definitely see.
Right. I don't know how it works, but if the out might be, hey, he was on the injury report.
He's administrative, bro. There's no way they can penalize a player for all you can say is, well, he wants to play every week.
Well, they'll say, well, he's on the injury report, and we test him before the game. I mean, let me ask you guys
this question. Let me ask you, what does injured mean? That's a little bit of a different thing. Does that mean doubtful, questionable, probable?
Well, what's questionable? Because he says questionable, right?
Questionable.
No,
it says they're out.
Questionable.
No, that's going to be they're out. It just says injured. But it doesn't say out. No, it's a new category I thought I saw. Did you guys see that or no? Is that just one?
No, I didn't see that one. There was one more that I had seen. There was one that came
maybe it's just one website. I'll see if I see it anywhere else.
I know hockey. I know hockey likes to play games with the upper injury, lower injury, but I haven't seen it in NFL.
They just tell you in hockey. They just tell you upper body.
Well, it was
injury,
a Canadian site.
Maybe
they're just taking the. We all know which site it is. We all get our stats from there. Maybe they're just taking the lingo from hockey.
I'm going to read to you what the Chow report has on this game. He says questionable before week 1 matchup here, but however, our analysis remains and believe the injury to his calf has minimal effect on his productivity and workload. So that was from David Chow. So sometimes they don't always get them right, but
well, I said calves, man. You can't tell.
Yeah, you can't tell.
You got to go out there and push off on it and see how it goes, and it could go at any time. Once you cool down again, you got to start all over.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a good analysis on it. You nothing on McCaffrey, but again, Friday saying, yeah, I knew I was going to go. That means the other guy's out. That's the question, right? That's where you go back on the team. If he says that, you said he's not out. That maybe Rod's got a point. Maybe Rod's got a point. If they want to go back at that, it has to be administrative. I don't.
Well, if they said that, there's probably going to be some. There's always going to be some investigation, no doubt about that. They'll probably have they'll probably do some Zoom calls. Zoom calls now it's going to be so simple. Just get a Zoom call and just ask questions. It's so very easy now to do that kind of stuff. It doesn't take much. But
somebody dropped the ball. Somebody's paying a fine.
Hey man, back in the day, I used to do a show here when I was trying to go from sports betting to regular time. I used to do a show with a guy named Marty out here in Vegas who had been around forever. He used to do the NBA injury report. He had covered them professionally. He wasn't a handicapper over the years. Super nice guy. Was always into health, and it had something to do with him just being the injury guy. And he knew all the media people at the NBA. Every day they would call him in. And by 2:00, he had to have the NBA injury report. So I used to have the NBA injury report and knew who was actually going to go those days before it came out. Good old days.
Good old days back in the day. Yeah, they go to Vegas a lot for that, no doubt about that. All right, guys. Well, we're in the midst of a wild card race. I was going to say pennant there for a while, but now with Major League Baseball, a lot of players, a lot of teams vying in. We're already on September 10th, which means we're a third of the way through the month. So we got some important games going on. Or all of a sudden, Atlanta sees themselves on the outside looking in. There are races here for the wild card. Some of the division races seem a lot of teams are in front, but should be exciting here the final 3 weeks of the season. So let's knock off this baseball card, 15-game card. We do them 3 at a time. So let's get underway here with Marlins, Pirates, Rays, Phillies, Rocks, and Tigers. We started off with Rock.
And you look at this Rays and Phillies game, and Taj Bradley getting the mound for the Rays in this one, and he hasn't pitched so well. He's got 1 of 4 his last 5 with a 9 ERA, definitely falling off the map. And the team's only 1 and 6 in his last 7 starts. And you're looking at those 7 starts, he's given up 4 runs, 5 runs, 6 runs, 3 runs, 5 runs, 8 runs, 4 runs. Definitely been getting work. Well, on the other side of things, Ranger Suarez 2 and 3 with a 4 ERA. The team's 2 and 1 in his last 3. And Phillies bats are just hotter than what the Rays are right now. So give me the Phillies on the run line in that one. And the Rockies in Detroit. You look at Detroit here with Kader Montero on the mound, and Kader Montero 0-1 with a 6.28 ERA over his last 3. Definitely, he hasn't pitched well. I don't want to be laying a $1.85 with Kader Montero. Blaylock on the other side, definitely he's given up some runs as well. When it comes down late, both of these bullpens have been a surprise over the last 10. Colorado sporting a 2 ERA, Detroit sub 2 ERA. So both bullpens in great form in this one. So give me the Rockies at the plus price in that one. 2 I like in that spot.
2 in those spots. All right, we go on over to Jorge.
Yeah, go back over to the Phillies in that spot again. Bradley's pitching wiffle balls. I don't know what he's doing. He's just getting cranked. He might be done. And Tampa Bay may be a team that's done, right? They've usually been pretty scrappy. Philadelphia had to find a way to win last night, and they only scored a run before, in the previous game. So, I expect them to really take off and score some runs in this game or finally have their bats come around and do some answers. Obviously, that's going to happen against Bradley. With the 7.5 total here, I would lean towards first 5 innings over. Probably get 4 there with the Phillies. I can't see 4.5 with there being 7.5 total. I don't have it right in front of me, and the screen I'm on doesn't offer it. Bouncing over to Colorado and Detroit, where for all the things that Rod said, obviously either of those 2 pitchers are pitching well recently and over the whole month. They both have ERAs over 5.40. With that being said, though, the only game that has a little bit of a factor of weather that's conclusive is the wind is blowing in on the stadium. Nothing crazy, but I wouldn't really want to lay the over on that one. I'll pass on that game. Come over here to the Pittsburgh Pirates. It looks like they may be going by a bullpen committee. But you know what? Miami's coming in here, and both these guys are playing 500 ball right now. They haven't quit on the season, neither one of them. And even though we want to keep picking on Miami over and over again, Aller has actually pitched pretty well. I might lean here with Miami plus $1.20.
Yeah, from Jorge, the way I look at these games here, I'll look here at the under with Roth there with Colorado and Detroit. Again, it's the bullpens and the lack of hitting from both sides here over the past 7. Rockies 192, Tigers 224. Rockies 6-0 to the under over the past 6 on the road. And coming off an off day, Detroit 7-2 to the under. We know because of the really good bullpen. I'm with Rod there as well on the Philadelphia run line, especially when you're getting that plus 130, plus 135 price on the run line with Suarez. Showing me enough coming off of his back issue. His past 3 starts coming off that back issue, a whip of 1.14 ERA, just over 3. And the bullpen for the Phillies has been performing well of late. And big difference in hitting right now with the Phillies hitting better over the past 10 than the Rays. I'll look here at Pittsburgh. I know it's looks like an opener, but Miami's had struggles against lefties, just 3-20 on the road against left-handed starters. And I know Miami's hitting the ball very well. Both bullpens have been sharp. I'll look at that Pittsburgh side here, and those are the 3 that I like in that time period. All right, let's continue on here on the morning show as we get ready here for the next 3 games. Guys, be sure you like, subscribe, and set notifications. Before we get to the next 3, let's get a quick promo from the guys. Rod, what do you got for sale?
And for sale so far today, I got my 10-star play of the day over at Tony's Picks. Definitely head on over and pick it up. Dropped it yesterday. Had Baltimore. Oof, they look dead. definitely got me on that one. It's 42-31. The last 73 on it, so definitely head on over, scoop it up, and definitely join something long term. That's the best way to go. That way you don't miss out on any of those late Steam plays. When we get some late information, we throw those in there, and you'll get them emailed to you. So definitely take advantage of that 2-for-1 Capper promotional. That way you'll get those emailed late Steam plays to you.
Absolutely. Jorge, what do you got for sale?
No, just got my 10-star in National League Game of the Week going. Yesterday, I cashed it in with my late Steam, 10-star late Steam pick with the Dodgers over first half of the game. Even though it's 5.5 runs, the conditions were there for a lot of runs to be scored. Or I'm just getting old, man. I think I'm catching up to my age, guys. I got 4 months on 55, and that double ARP, mailings start showing up in my mailbox all the time. All I do is check the weather, and again, I'm always going to be big on that, man. And you just got got to take any intangible you can get, right? That's my situational trends. Look for that weather, see where you can get some benefits, and it's something that I jump on. I actually have 4 different sites I go and check, and then I check, my own one. So, but situationally, when I put games up like that, the game of the week that I have going, and or some late Steam situations on totals, it's I usually have more than just numbers going on.
There you go, guys. Check it out. Remember, get the long-term passes, because the long-term passes get you the late Steam from the cappers, because handicappers, they're able to put plays in late between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those are the plays that are emailed to your inbox. The rest of the membership plays you get from the back end with your membership login. But we always talk about late Steam. It's a unique feature that we have here at Tony's Picks. I got a best bet on the board as well. So 3-pack from Major League Baseball. So get on board with me. Get on board the long-term pass. That 7-day pass is a great value, because you can get – there's a lot of sports overlapping with WNBA, NFL, college football, baseball. That's what you want to do, is try that 7-day pass this early in the week. All right, let's continue here on the morning show. As we're ready here, shout out to the guys in the chat, Ron Hahn, James Avery. Folks, great to see you guys here in our chat this morning. Next up, Braves, Nationals, Royals, Yankees, Mets, and Blue Jays. We start with Rod.
Yeah, you look at the Braves Nationals in this one, and Ronaldo Lopez getting the start. And you look, Washington got to him not too long ago. A couple starts back. He went 6 innings in that one, gave up 3 hits, gave up 1 run. The bullpen blew it in that one for him. So definitely he's looking for a revenge spot, and he's pitched up and down over his last few. Definitely solid. Should go 5. On the other side of the bump is Gore on the mound, and he pitched well his last time out. Went 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. Looks real well. Gore, if he doesn't get in trouble with a walk, I think he should be solid and go at least 4 or 5 innings there. But you got the rest advantage here. Atlanta had to play yesterday. Washington had the day off. That's big. Hitting-wise, anyways. Washington Nationals hitting the ball better. I got to go with Washington in the plus price there. Braves just looking awful. Those bats definitely don't have the same pop as we usually see from the Braves this time of year. Their bullpen's definitely better late, but I think the Nationals can be up plenty going in late in those, and do enough to snag us the win. Give me Washington in that one. And the other one. Did we go? We went
Kings,
Mets
Royals,
and Toronto.
Yanks, Mets, and Toronto. Yep.
Yeah. So we're looking at that Mets and Toronto game. Toronto definitely battled. Mets got the 3-2 win in that one, and with they held Bassett over for this spot in this one, and Bassett he's sporting a 4.78 ERA at home, 4 ERA over his last 3. Definitely not his greatest season as Bassett. Definitely been giving up some runs. Pedersen on the other side for the Mets. And you look at what he's been doing, and he hasn't been bad over his last 3. 1-0 with a 2.11 ERA, and the way the Mets bats have been going. And then that Blue Jays bullpen late. I think the Blue Jays kept it close yesterday, not today in this one. Give me the Mets on the run line. I think they beat up on Bassett and the Blue Jays in that one. The 2 I like in that spot.
All right, there with Rod. We move over to Jorge.
Let's see. Where we are? Yeah, Washington. Yeah. What's that?
I'll give you the games. Braves, Nats, Royals, Yanks, Mets, Blue Jays.
Hey, I got it, dude. I got the games.
Right.
I got the order.
You told me you're going. I told me you're hitting 55. I know you told me you're hitting 55. So I'm just helping you out. I'm just helping a 55-year-old guy. That's all.
Apparently, that's elderly abuse. Damn it. I'm on it today, baby. I got this. Anyways, I'm with Rod on Washington, man. Washington's just been a good dog all year. They've been a good bet all year, and they're coming off a loss. Those guys, they're gamers, right? And we saw Martinez talk about it earlier in the year. They got they got a youth movement over there. Those guys are just trying to make they want to be on the roster next year. So definitely want to take them in a spot here. Atlanta, I don't know, man. They want to be in the playoffs. Usually they played like they haven't lean here, and then they could potentially be able to play. Is Washington? Gore's pitched really well lately, and definitely on that. Kansas City and Yankees, you have two pitchers here. They're kind of gamers, really. The numbers won't always state exactly where they're at. They could have a horrible game and bounce back with Lugo, and Strom, and the Yankees are the Yankees. They got some runs yesterday. Finally got to a Kansas City bullpen that's been playing extremely well. You don't really know lead in this one at all. I mean, I'm trying to battle myself here on the total. I want to go under with the two pitchers, but Kansas City's bullpen got hit pretty hard yesterday. Maybe they're due now to give up some runs. So just no play on that one. But I will jump on Peterson over here. He's been pretty hot. The team that I think is taking it is Toronto. They tanked it in that game, not really trying very much. And the Mets, regardless who they threw in there for pitching, Blackburn was out. They're able to have someone step in with no problem, score some runs. They just find a way to win. And they're a team that wants to be in the playoffs, right? They've been nothing but hot since they came. And I'm not much with laying a lot of juice. You guys know that. 130 is a number that's worth laying. You can lay that with the Mets tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but today's game.
There with the games I like in this spot here. I'm going to go here with the Washington Atlanta under here. We're looking at Lopez allowing 2 earned runs or fewer in 5 straight. Gore has actually pitched well over his past 4. Man, and again, I keep bragging about this Atlanta bullpen. Man, this unit deserves a better fate. Over their past 10 games, ERA 1.72. But again, the bats aren't hitting, only 215 over that period. Braves, when they're big favorites, 45-20 to the under when they're lined big. And actually, that will not count here because that number's come down considerably. Well, they're 155 at DK, so when they're 150 or over in these big line games, they've gone over heavily there. Nats 7-2 the under coming off a day off. I'll look under there. KC and the Yankees can only look at New York in that one. New York at home, 30-17 against right-handed starters, and Royals just really struggling here against these winning teams on the road. They're 13-22, so they've struggled against these good teams away from home. And again, the bullpen's been a struggle there for them. And also looking here at the Mets in Toronto, again with you guys there on Peterson. Look at New York here, laying the -127. Against these pitchers that don't give up the home run ball, they give up half a home run per start or fewer. Toronto just 3-10 at home. So they need to see pitchers that give up the long ball for them to have success, and Peterson doesn't. Is what I'm trying to say there. So look at New York in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the morning show. We're getting ready here for the next set of games for this Tuesday 15-game card. And we'll be looking here at the Orioles, Red Sox, Angels and Twins, Guardians and White Sox. I had to sweat that under. Boy, it's harder when you're sweating that White Sox bullpen at the end of the games, man. It's a heavy sweat. Felt like I was in hot works doing my workouts in the sauna yesterday. All right, we'll start here with Rod.
TMI, brother. TMI. I don't want to hear about what you do in the sauna. I don't want to see you jiggling and shaking all over the place. I don't know what you do.
So for me in the size ball, you look the Guardians taking on the White Sox and Cannon on the mound, and hey, he looked like he had a cannon last time out. Definitely pitched well in that one. Only gave up 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 home run. Gave up, and they got themselves the win against Baltimore. Talk about Baltimore falling off a cliff. They can't hit a beach ball right now. But looking at this one here, I think the Guardians get to Jonathan Cannon. You look over his outs are over 16.5 right now. So I don't think he gets the 16.5 outs in this one. I think he gets pulled before they finish up the 6th inning there. So for me, I take the under 16.5. I think he gets pulled up probably more like in the 4th inning. You look 3 out of his last 4 before that good start. He got 17 outs versus Baltimore. And then the 3 games before that, 3 out of the last 4 before that, he's been under the 16.5 outs, 15 outs, 12 outs, 14 outs. The under 16.5 outs today is where I'm going in that one. Jonathan Cannon is going to get touched up in that one for sure. So take the under 16.5 outs there. And speaking of Baltimore, as I said, they can't hit a beach ball right now. And Boston looks like they woke up. Even with their bad bullpen, I'm going to go with Boston here. Give me the Boston Red Sox on the run line here in that one. I think Cutter Crawford has a good start. He's going to look good doing it too because this Baltimore offense dried up. They just look awful. They haven't scored more than 4 runs in plenty of games. And the way that Boston can hit, I think it's going to be a long day for Baltimore again. Give me Boston on the run line there.
Yeah, from Ron, we move on over to Jorge.
I'll say it right on the game. Baltimore and Boston. Yeah, 2 teams going in opposite directions over their last 5 games, right? Normally you'd be like, 5 games is nothing. These guys play 162, but they don't have that many games left. And as you stated, Baltimore's just, starting to struggle. I think they've lost, 3 of their past 4 games. I'm sorry, Boston has won 3 of their last 4 games in their pesky. And Cora's got them fired up, man. He's talking about using the whole roster, aggressive pitch hitting. I mean, he's already playing the 3-game series mindset, right? He's already in playoff mode. Baltimore isn't. Boston's definitely the play here. Boston been alive, beat them up last time they played 12-3. Don't know if I'll go to the run line on this one, but I definitely would have a lean towards Boston in this game. Well, Baltimore's not doing that bad if you compare them to the Twins. The Twins have just been horrible, man. I mean, God, I'm surprised Rod didn't go crazy on these guys. I was waiting for it. If I call a game that I thought Rod was going to go nuts on, it'd be this one. But how can you be favored by 200 when you lost, 15 of the last 21 games? I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, they lost 15 out of their last 21 game, guys. And the Angels are 5-5. This is a team, lost their start at the beginning of the year. They did win the last game 6-2. And regardless who the pitchers are there, I'm just thinking about the 2 teams. Where's the mindset on these guys, right? Angels are just trying to play some ball and trying to earn a spot. And Minnesota's tanked after being one of the better teams in the season. I'd go with the dog here, plus 200. There's no way I would lay that. And if there's ever going to be a chance to take a big shot at a dog, it would be in this particular spot. And then you have, might be having
Guardians White Sox. Guardians White Sox.
Oh, yeah, I like the over on this one. I'm always already thinking ahead to Houston, so I like the over on this one. Only 8 runs. Both those pitchers are horrible. You don't even have to look at the last 3 games, which we can. And I think they have the worst combined ERA of anybody over their last 3 innings, and they're letting them pitch 5 innings, and they're both averaging about 6.5 runs between the 2, over 13 on that. How is the Cleveland and Chicago total only 8? I didn't see anything in my area of the weather and trying to look for situational. I'm just looking at really bad numbers for 2 bad pitchers. Over first 5 innings, guys, I think it's a great bet.
Yeah, from Jorge. All right, I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I'll be the guy to go Orioles in this one. Suarez has pitched well over his 5 of his past 6 starts. You look at Crawford's body of work; it's been kind of up and down his past 8 games. ERA over 6. He's getting hurt with the home run ball. And again, it's the issue here is that Red Sox bullpen. You just remember you look over the past 10 ERA over 7. So I'll look at Baltimore to get it right. On that one, I'm going to look at the Guardians run line in this game. Well, you look at Chicago, 7-21 to the run line in their past 28 games. They've lost 15.5 units when you've taken the plus 1.5 with them. Again, the issue is with bullpen's really hard to trust with this White Sox team, and they hit only 2.19 against the division. And the bullpen for the Guardians ERA 2.19 over their past 10. So I'll look at that spot there. I'm going to go under here with the Angels and Twins. Lopez has pitched well here for Minnesota, just not getting the run support. Lopez allowed 2 runs or fewer of 8 of his past 10 starts. The Angels bullpen has been really good here of late. That's why they're winning some of these games. They're in there, but they can't hit over the past 7. $1.76. The Twins 2.09. I mean, these are 2 lineups that have been struggling hitting the baseball, but the Angels are getting by with their bullpen right now. LA 19-12 to the under. Their past 31 on the road. I'll look under there. LA and Minnesota. All right, let's continue on here on the morning show. Let's take a look at the next series of games here on this Tuesday. And what we'll be looking at here will be Reds, Cardinals, Athletics, Astros, and we got Rangers and D-backs. We start off with Rod.
Just quick note. I should have said something last time that about that Twins. Uncle Festa, you were back. I gave you a chance, and I figured I was on your side yesterday. You were pitching well. I figured you were going to come out and have a good game. No, you went 4 innings and looked awful. You're creepy and you're goofy. You're all together. Uncle
there you are.
Go. Is that better?
man.
Uncle Festa's back. I'm gonna keep continuing to fade Uncle Festa. But onto these ones
Uncle
here.
Festa.
You look at it. Uncle Festa. Oh, it's awful. Seriously. Wow. Twins. Ooh. Talk about going the wrong direction. Just hand it to the Cleveland. You might as well just hand it over. Just give it to them now and just be like, you're done with it. But you look at in this time spot, and we went Oakland, Houston.
We went Reds, Cardinals, Athletics, Astros, Rangers, D-backs.
Okay, that was it. Okay. Looking at Oakland and then the Astros with spaghetti legs back on the mound there. He looked awful last time out after having a nice run of pitching well. So laying $190? No, thank you. Well, you look at the other side of things, and Beto's been pretty well over his last 7 starts. He had one blip where he gave up 4, but all his other starts, 2 runs, no runs, 1 run, 2 runs. Last time out, he came in as a reliever, went 2 innings, gave up no runs. So for me in this one, Beto's definitely the better pitcher option in the starter here in this one with Oakland.
You got to learn the Beto shuffle, Rod.
The Beto shuffle. It's kind of every time I hear Beto, it reminds me of the
Beto
Minions.
shuffle.
And they're like, Beto. And that's what it sounds like. They come back around and they're all like, Beto. So I like Beto here in this spot. Definitely got to take Oakland over the Astros. I might take Oakland first 5 because we know what the Astros can do late. Sometimes they like to hit 7th, 8th, 9th innings, and all of a sudden their bats wake up and they start crushing the ball. And I've seen it plenty of times. So I think that bullpen and late shenanigans in baseball. Give me Oakland first 5 in that one. And the Reds of St. Louis. Reds got the win yesterday. Atlanta's probably like, coming into this one, the Reds on the road have not been good. And the Cardinals, it's a coin flip price. Louder on the mound for the Reds here in this one. And he's this is his 3rd start. So this is one of those ones where I like to take pitchers in the 3rd start. He looked good last time against the Astros, went 6 innings. Gave up the walks is where if he doesn't walk guys, he gave 4 walks. Looks like he's still pitched out of those situations and only given up 1 run over those 10 innings of work. Give me the Reds again. Too much plus price to pass up there with the Reds. And the other one we went to was Texas and Arizona. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to take the under first 5. I think we got a pitcher's duel. Eovaldi has been lights out his last few starts. And when he goes against Arizona, I believe he's 4-0 against Arizona. He whooped them up in the playoffs last year. He in the World Series. And you know what? He's whooped them up already this year. Gallen, I know, pitches his best at home. This is going to be a great game to tune into and watch. But give me the under first 5, Texas, Arizona, with a lean to Arizona. Gallen at home he's just been money.
Money for Gallen there at home. We go over to Jorge.
I'm definitely going to be opposite on Rod on this one, going with the Houston and in Oakland. Yeah, Beto's pitched well, but when the one he gave up 4 runs after being on a little bit of a hot streak was his last start. He gave up 4 runs. And spaghetti legs is only spaghetti legs for 1 game. You talk about a brutal manager decision. They left the guy in there to get tagged for 9 runs over 2 outs. Dude, is that his fault or is that the manager's fault? I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous, man. You don't let the guy throw 38 pitches. He's obviously way off that day. They leave him out there for 9 runs. That shoots up his ERA to 5. But the 3 out of 4 starts before that, he pitched over 6 innings and only gave up 2 earned runs in 3 starts. So, you know, I'm going to say that's a blip on the screen. That didn't even ask over a few innings that they came out. Who knows? Maybe caught his wife cheating on him or something. You know, I don't know. That seems like Cal Ripken going home and Costner's banging his wife. You know, so that's that kind of story on there. I don't know if I would say the guy's not. You know, that's something happening. If there's one you want to ignore, that's an outing you want to ignore because I don't think that has anything to do with baseball. That's just my opinion, you know, on that side of it. But Houston's playing well, man. And Oakland, that's just a bad spot there. I run line with Houston. Again, they're finally getting some guys back. They talked about how long Tucker's been out. You got some other guys that are stepping up and score the runs. And, you know, Houston's lineup is like an Orioles-Dodgers lineup. They just haven't been healthy. So I think it's just a matter of time before they come around and they start scoring some runs on there. And already, I don't know. I don't think he's great, but I don't think he's as bad as that 5 ERA they got pegged on him right now over that horrible outing. Otherwise, he'd have a stellar ERA. Louder. I mean, not enough plug up there from up north of the United States. Brother Lauder's on fire. I mean, this guy was, the World Series sweetheart. He was on the news for college, with the hair and everything, and he was smoking everybody. Dude, he gets to Major League Baseball in a year.
Yeah.
And he comes up and just smokes everybody. It's not that he's got a little bit of run control third start. The guy's been better than the pitcher over at Pittsburgh. And that's all that, and that's saying a lot, So anyways, in this spot here, he didn't get much run support in the last one. Not the biggest implication games for anyone, but Palente, whichever is correct. He's also pitched well over his last 3 starts. Neither of these offense lighted up, so I would take under the 8 runs in that game. But yeah, I got to try to see if I can catch. I'm going to try to see if I can catch it on cable today. Watch Lauder pitch. Dude, that guy's a phenom, and he was awesome in college. So definitely jump over to that. I've gone against Gallon a few times, Rod, and there's no excuse here. Says, oh, maybe he does his best pitching at home. He's just their ace. I think every time I've tried to go against him, and for some stupid reason, it's been more than once. I've lost. So not only is that true, the dude's a gamer, and he's that one ace you can hand him the ball no matter what their streak is, and he's going to give you a good start. It almost seems like he has a better streak. He pitches better when they're playing worse. But anyway, a lot of scoring runs there. Diamondbacks can always score runs with him on the mound. You get plus $1.50 on the run line with him on the mound. There's plenty of value in that.
Yeah, from Jorge, I'll tell you what I think about these games. Reds, Cardinals. I'm going to take the Cardinals in this one. Just the when you look here, both bullpens in good form, but the Reds have had struggles against these teams with bullpens, whips of 1.35 or lower. They're good, better bullpens in the league. They're 19-29 on the road. So I'll look at the Cardinals in that spot. Oakland and Houston, the Beto shuffle. But I'm going to go under there, Oakland and the Houston Astros. Just the strength of the starters here, as well as the fact that the Astros bullpen has been pretty good form. Oakland has been struggling at the plate the last 7, and against these teams that average 4.4 runs per game or fewer. Houston 37-17 to the under this year, so go under there in that one. And what else do we have here?
What did you say? The Sawaski shuffle?
The Beto shuffle. Ever hit Lito shuffle? The Beto shuffle there. Rangers in Arizona. I'm going to go over 8. Over the past 6, you have all the ERA over 4. Gallon about 3.5 ERA over past 5 games. But man, when you get to the bullpens, man, these bullpens have been hit hard over their past 10 games. Now, especially these Diamondbacks, not very good. Arizona hits the ball well at home, 276 at home. My goodness. Rangers as well in good hitting form. The D-backs, look at this run for the D-backs. 41-14 to the over in their past 55. That's when you get hitting a horrible bullpen play. So I'll go over there in Texas and Arizona. One of those under the radar stats. I haven't heard too many people talk about that. Well, I think football's in the minds of everybody right now, but sometimes you can find some of these things. There we go. Let's continue here on the morning show, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit those notifications. Be live here on this on our morning show with the new format. We get to all the games and we get right to them. Let's continue on here. The final set of games: Padres, Mariners, Brewers, Giants, Cubbies, and Dodgers. It was Bueller's day off yesterday. What do you got there, Rod?
Yeah, and you look at the Cubs and the Dodgers. Hey, the Cubs struck first with Hendricks on the mound. Didn't think that was going to happen, but they got the job done and whooped it up. And you look at Imanaga last time out, he was going with a no-hitter. I hate when they pull guys like that. He had a no-hitter going and looked real good, and they pulled him, and they called the rest of the bullpen got it, and they called it it was a group effort no-hitter, and it was like, what? Why didn't you just leave him in there, man? I don't like when they do that in baseball. That's called
Dave Roberta-itis. That's what I call that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, give it a shot. He's rolling right along, looking good. But he's a rookie. We want to save his arm. We don't want to do it. We're trying to baby them. Well, he doesn't need a Suki. Rip that thing out of there. Get out of there. Leave him in there and give him a shot to he does not need a Suki. You don't need to baby Imanaga. Let him try to get his no-hit. Like, come on.
Absolutely.
So he's been pitching lights out. So the Cubs at that price, you know what? I like the over there. I haven't looked at the weather like Jorge does, but I bet you it's the weather hasn't changed a whole heck of a lot in LA. So I would go right back to the over. We've seen a whole lot of hitting in that one. And I know Imanaga can hold him down, but I think he, after that his no-hitter performance, I think he can get touched up for a couple. The Dodgers bats are hot enough. So give me the over in that one.
All right.
Well, to help Rod out on that one, the weather's dropped down considerably. 90 degrees almost anywhere. I love Cincinnati during the summer. The Dodgers, Tony knows it's that weird kind of weather when it rolls in and out. If it's 90 there and there's a little bit of wind blowing out, that ball's taking off, man. It doesn't matter who they're playing. We saw it last night, 10-4. Not as strong last night, Rod. I mean, I would say just a load on it. With those games, as we saw, it went up to 10. I think it started at 9 and went all the way up to 10, crossed the 9.5 up to the 10, and I didn't even hesitate in the 5.5. Right, I was sweating it a little bit, but then I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to look at this anymore. I'll go back to football. Sure enough, I came back. It was like 10-4. I was like, oh, okay, it was easily what happened in that spot. So, but definitely a lean. I'm not going to argue with that. But you got two guys that have been pitching great all year. You know what I mean? And it's like going, well, I don't want to go back to the well twice because I hit it yesterday. I'm not saying it's a bad play. I just don't want to go right back to it. I just kind of want to skirt around the card to see if I see something else. Not sure why San Diego is favored in this one. Hey, look, Kirby's not pitching that great. Both these guys have had good seasons, but it's far into the season. Darvish, how long has Darvish been around, guys? I mean, the guy's been forever. He's played on teams. He throws every single pitch. It looks like he hasn't aged 1 year since he's gotten into the majors, but he's been around here forever. He's like 38 years old. You know what? I think it's starting to show up, guys. Over his last 3 starts, he has an ERA of 9.53. Seattle, you know what? They just, they're struggling a little bit, but in this particular spot, they're 29-16 in the current circumstance, team win-loss. Playing at night, at home, San Diego's coming in. Darvish has just been getting cranked, and I don't know how, they could be the favorite one in this spot. Last time they played, it was a little while ago. Seattle won that 2-0. I expect another low-scoring game. It would lean a little bit to Seattle in that one.
All right, I'll tell you what I think about these games. We're button head here with Jorge. I'm going to look at the Padres in that spot. Darvish in there. Kirby over his past 5 starts allowed 23 runs, 7 homers in 26 innings of work. Both bullpens in good form, but it's come down to the Seattle bats. They hit just 207 at home. The Padres on the road, 278. Matter of fact, you get the Padres in these road night games, 27-15, returning 14 units. I'll be on the pods there. We'll look here at Brewers and Giants. I think it's Savali. Is it Savali and Birdsong? If that's expected starters, I know there's no line on this game, but I'm showing expected starter there. I would lean Milwaukee in that spot only because the Giants bats are just ice cold right now. Over the past 7, $1.74. And look at this Brewers bullpen over the past 10 games in ERA 0.63. The Brewers have been a good road team this year. 8 games over 500, returning 10 units. Look for them in that spot, and I'll take the plus here with the Cubs with Imanaga. His past 6 starts with a .78. We know Yamamoto's returned from injury, but the concern I have right now has been that Dodger bullpen. It's been creeping up, and over the past 10 games, ERA of 4.22. That's not factoring last night's performance when they got pounded. So this Dodger bullpen here has had some struggles right now, and that's a concern because it's been a patchwork starting rotation this year. And we got to see if this bullpen, which has been holding up for most of the year, starting to wear out a little bit. So this is a warning sign for me. I'll take Imanaga here at plus the 144. All right, we got through all the Major League Baseball card for you guys. We're going to hit WNBA. Jorge, you going to stick around, or you're going to bolt after baseball?
No, I'll bounce here after this one. I want to get the rest of my games up here and
all right, so
try to get some college early releases out before Thursday.
All right, let everybody know what you got for sale over at Tony's Picks.
Well, so far I've got my National League Game of the Week going off. It's a 10-star pick. I like that one a lot. Definitely a lot of value in that. Of course, you'll find the rest of the picks. And both Rod and I continue to have a solid month. So go check out the 2-for-1 capper on the site and sign up for a weekly on the both of us. I can't see you losing money on that. And then you'll get the late steam reports, which I'm picking up steam on myself on those and just kind of putting them in the routine.
That's right, guys. Find the link in the description. Get on over to Tony's Picks and get on board with Jorge at 2-for-1 capper promotion. All right, Jorge, have a great afternoon. We'll catch up with you later.
Good luck, guys.
Have a good day, Jorge.
All right, here on the morning show. All right, let's continue on. Time for WNBA. You can also find Rod's WNBA videos. He's produced a lot of video content over at TonySpace.com. Like and subscribe. Check it out. We'll talk more of that bill later. All right, Rod, let's take a look at this 3-game card from the NBA. What do you got?
Yeah, and you look at this 3-game card. We'll look at the game that probably has the most playoff implications. You look at the New York-Dallas game. Definitely got a video on that. Check it out. It's archived over at Tony's Picks. and you look, New York pretty much has first place wrapped up. Dallas out of the playoff spot. It's all about motivation in that game. Is the Liberty motivated to whoop up on Dallas by 10 plus? We know what the record is this season for teams that are double-digit favorites. It's now 15 and 34 this year are double-digit favorites. So I would lean to Dallas for a little bit of they got nothing to play for, but getting up for that game, I would lean to the Wings in that one. But I believe I took the under in the video as the play. Big game here between the Lynx battling the Suns for that second spot in the WNBA. So in the playoffs, that'll get you the first 4 seeds will get you a home playoff matchup, and you figure the second round, the top 2 seeds will probably get the playoff matchup. So that number 2 seed is huge for the Lynx here. Atlanta, they're battling for their playoff lives. 2 games back of the Sky now after losing last time out. So this is a big game that the Dream need to step up for. And you know what? The Dream do step up in these big spots against the good teams. 10-1-2 ATS their last 13 versus a team with a winning record. 5-1-1 ATS their last 7 at home as well. So Dream definitely play well at home. Definitely step up in the spot. And the big thing for me that I noticed is this Lynx team played a lot of basketball lately, considering the way that they've been going. They've been playing well and getting wins. But you look, their last 10 off of 1 day's rest, they're only 2-8. ATS, their last 10 off of 1 day's rest. I would take the Dream plus the points as they forced the Fever into overtime and just lost that one late in overtime. Tough loss for the Dream in that one. But as you're battling for your playoff lives, give me the points there. And then we just seen the Sun beat up on the Sparks. This is a tough spot for the Sparks. They got to play again tomorrow night. So this is a back-to-back spot for the Sparks having to go. They'll stay at home here, but then they have to play Seattle tomorrow night. Sparks have been already eliminated from the playoffs. We know the Sparks team. They gave it up in the fourth quarter of their last game. They got outscored 24-9 by the Sun in that fourth quarter, and the Sun pulled away and won by 13. Now it's at 11 and a half. It's a tough spot. So the play, take the under 158. I think we got a low-paced game on our hands in that one. And as I said, I believe it's 20-8 to the under the last 28 head-to-head between these two teams. 27 is the under. No, 21-7 because it went under last game as well. So I think the under, Suns, Sparks.
Yeah, from Rod, the one I like here would be a Lynx and Dream to go over the total. The Lynx, look at this offensive production here. It's coming back from the Olympic break. They're averaging 109 points per 100 possessions. Boy, this Lynx team is second only to the Fever here in offensive efficiency. So I'm going to do that roll here. Dream, not too bad, 101.5 points per 100 possessions. They're giving up about 100 points per 100 possessions since coming back from the break. So I'll go over there with Lynx and the Dream. All right, we'll continue here on our morning show here as we will ask Rod before we get to the Parlay Peripheral segment. We'll ask Rod, what do you have for sale over at Tony's Picks?
And over at Tony's Picks right now, I got my 10-star play of the day, 42-31 with that 10-star play of the day. So head on over, scoop up that play of the day. But the best deal is grab something long-term. Join me for the rest of the week. We've got lots of MLB. We got lots of college football, lots of NFL coming this week as well. Some WNBA action as well. So definitely some playoff implications in the W. So definitely join long-term. That way you don't miss out on any of those late Steve plays when we find them. So jump aboard.
Get on board with Rod Zawacki, guys. Remember the promo code Tony T. Check out, save that 15% off. The long-term pass way to go. I got a best bet on board right now. Also, my multi-pack, 3-pack up there for you at Major League Baseball. So get on board. 2-for-1 capper match me and Rod with Jorge in there. And, of course, the long-term pass will get you late Steam plays as well. Specifically for the long-term subscribers, the cappers can post plays between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those are emailed directly to your inbox. One big feature added for those long-term customers. All right, Rod, now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment. What do you got?
And from our little parlay today, we're going to go with MLB. We're going to take the Yankees on the money line, Arizona on the money line, Seattle on the money line. Nice little 3-teamer. Love those ones. Parlay those ones up today.
All right. I'm going to go with the peripheral play today. I'm going to go college football. Give me North Texas plus 9.5 here against Texas Tech. Boy, Texas Tech needed overtime to beat Abilene Christian in the opener. They got pounded. And a Pac-2 team, Washington State, pounded them over on Saturday night. And Abilene put up over 40 points on that Texas Tech defense. We know this Mean Green's got some offense. So I'll give me that 9.5, 10. Get shot for the 10 because there's 10s out there this early. You're going to see line discrepancy early on. So that's what I'll give you my early play. Hey, we hit the Tulane game last week for you. And I believe we also hit Northwestern with those early plays. So I've been 3-0 with these early releases for you guys here on the morning show. All right, Rod, we've seen you been very active over on the Tony Six YouTube channel. We've seen WNBA. We've seen your birdcage. So everybody know what you got going on over at Tony Six YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go. I have it covered for all the WNBA action for the rest of the year at Tony's Picks. So definitely go check that out. And usually a birdcage. Somebody asked what a birdcage is. A birdcage is you can make it's a 3-teamer, 4-teamer, 5-teamer, whatever you want to make it, but it's a box to play. You take those 3 games that you find. I've been doing a 3-team birdcage, and what that means is you box those plays, which equals basically it's like having 3 2-teamers. So. And then it includes that 1 3-team parlay as well. When you box them, that's what a birdcage means. It's a gambling term. So yeah, definitely go check out that birdcage of the day. Try to find some good value in those. That's where the spot when you take a dog when you box a play, you think that a dog's going to come in. Sometimes you take all dogs in those ones because usually if you can hit a 2-teamer on an all dog birdcage, that usually covers your birdcage and you make a couple bucks. When you hit that 3rd dog, ooh. Then it just really rolls in. That's what a birdcage is. To answer the question that somebody given me, what is a birdcage? That's what a birdcage is. That's definitely check out that content over at Tony's Picks. It's archived over.
Got it up there, guys. I got all 15 games up there with a little bit more. Went deeper into it. Here, we'll give you the Cliff Note versions of the picks. But if you need to go back and look at a game, I've got the 15 up there for Major League Baseball. Check it out, guys. A lot of content at Tony's Picks.com YouTube channel, not just the live shows, but on demand. You find a lot of content from Rod, myself as well. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Rob, before we check out here for Tuesday, any last closing thoughts?
Hey, it's Tackle the Book Tuesday, so let's tackle the books and get some winners. I'm excited about things going forward here. Hockey now 28 days away, so a little calendar marking it down. 28 days away. The Oilers have started rookie camp. I'm not excited. I don't see any big names in the rookie season this year for the Oilers that are like jumping off the page going, hey, we got a big rookie guy. Watch out. He could pop up. Nah, I just don't see it. It's a quieter rookie season for the Oilers. We've got a stable of guys. I love the back end. I think we surprisingly with only 2 guys on the front end. That's my biggest question mark with the Oilers this year. Is their offense. Defensively, I think we got some young guns in the back that will definitely hold down the back end that are going to step up in spots for the Oilers this year. When everybody's like, oh, look what you got rid of. The defense isn't going to be so good. Watch out. The defense will be fine.
That's right. All right. So looking forward to the start of the NHL. Of course, we got it all covered here on Tony's Picks, 26 Morning Show. We cover all the major sports for you. And then, of course, stay tuned for these peripheral segments where the Cappers can go off the grid for you. All right, that's going to do it for the show, guys. Going to wake up. Bye to you. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening. Make it a winning one. We'll be back tomorrow here on the Tony Speaks YouTube channel. I got a confirmation from Bo Dunn. Bo Dunn will join us as well.